In this video, we're going to talk about changing strings. Now that you've mastered pushing and pulling the bow, we're going to talk about changing strings. Rousseau, who wrote the treatise, in fact, Rousseau was Saint Colombe's disciple, and he spoke for Saint Colombe. So Saint Colombe, through Rousseau, tells us the only time that you need to move the viol is when you play a lower string. You have to advance the instrument forward and then pull it back. You advance it forward with your thumb and pull it back. So this is now a time to check to make sure we have the correct position. Remember, in the very first lesson I talked about putting the viol, turning it around like a watch, and having this part of the viol, the right hand part of the viol, a little bit under the calf of the leg. The left hand part of the viol is outside. This is for the 7th string viol. So you notice it's not turned like an English viol, but the French viol turned like this because of the 7th string. So when I'm going to play on a low string, I'll try to do this now. You see I can't play because I'm into my leg with a bow. The only way to play this string is to push the viol out like this. Now I can play the string. This is for a few reasons. One, the physical reasons I just mentioned. You can't play the string when the viol is next to your body. But another reason is there's more resonance because the back of the instrument also sounds when you do this. And also it's a technical thing. If you're going from a top string, for instance, and you go to the bottom string, you see all this motion I'm doing with the bow? There's lots of motion there. When I move the bow instrument out, a lot of this motion that I would have to do with the bow is done by the viol. So the 3 reasons to move the viol. 4 actually. One is that it's historical. Second, it makes it easier to play the lower string. Third is for the resonance. And fourth, you can go quickly from one string to another. If you want to, try to zap around on the internet and you'll find a picture of Henriette, who is the princess, the daughter of Louis XV, playing her viol, and she's holding her viol, pushing out. If not, go back to the previous lessons and you'll find a picture that he put on the previous lessons of Forqueray, and you'll see that he also is pushing his viol out. So, what we're going to do is we're going to play just the 2nd string, which is this A that we've been playing all the time. We'll play push, and then we'll play pull. Now, before we do anything else, we're going to push the viol ahead, and at the same time the bow is going to cross string number 3, string number 4, string number 5, and now you're going to have this bow land like somebody would land on the moon, for instance, with the bow. You're not going to do anything. You're just going to feel with your finger, your middle finger, and the bow hair. You're going to feel that you're on the 6th string. In French, it's called the préparation de coup d'archet. That means preparing the bow stroke. You feel the string. You feel that you're on terra firma before you play. Once you're on the string, and you feel that you've gotten on the string, now we play this string. So let me do that again. You're going to play the note A, push and pull. Then you start pushing your viol forward, and the bow is going to cross string 2, 3, 4, 5, and land on string number 6. You can look if you want in the beginning. Then you play string number 6. Then you go back and you play string number 2. Push the viol forward, land on the string, play string number 6. Again, this should be performed with a metronome. 1, 2, 3, push, pull on the A string, push on the D string, pull on the D string, push on the A string, pull on the A string, push on the D string, pull on the D string. Now, to make this exercise a little bit more interesting, what we're going to do now is use some other strings. So once you've played A and D, when you finish the D, your bow is going to cross 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. At the same time as you see, the viol will come back towards you, and you're going to play string number 1, D. Push. And then you're going to push the viol forward, and you're going to cross string 2, 3, 4, 5. Land on string 5 this time, the G string, and play push, 2, 3, 4, pull, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do this again with the metronome on. So the first time we play A string, D string. Second time we play D string and G string. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. Pull A, 2. Push viol forward. D. Pull. Push viol forward. D string, top string. Pull. Fifth string. And go back and do the whole cycle again. A string. A. Push forward, D. If you want to, you can put your left hand up and push and pull back the viol up here. D string, back, G string, etc. Turn the metronome off. What you want to do is be really, really careful that you push the viol forward for the low strings and pull it back the higher strings. Also, as usual, make sure that you're making a bell-like sound. You'll also notice now that we're going from a very thin string, like the D string, to a very thick string, like the G string, that the pressure that you should put on the bow with your middle finger will be much different. The only way to judge this is your own ear. If you hear that it sounds, that's not good, so you let up on the pressure. On the other hand, if you press not hard enough, you get sort of this whistly sound. So it's a question of using your ear to decide when you have the nicest sound. Also, another thing that's very important is the bow should be 2 fingers distance, 2 or 3 finger distance from the bridge. That means the bow is falling in the middle of these cutouts near the F holes. Obviously, if you played up here, you wouldn't be able to play the low strings, you'd be hitting the viol. Same thing here, you'll be hitting into your leg. So you should have your bow 2 or 3 fingers from the bridge. When you play the exercise with the metronome in front of a mirror, make sure your bow, again, is straight, that it's parallel to the bridge, that you're folding your wrist in on pushing, opening your wrist while you're pulling, that the bow is 2 or 3 fingers from the bridge, and that also that you push and pull the viol back to change strings. This will be the end of this lesson. Good luck, practice carefully, and make sure you master this before you go on to the next level.